Alright, all you Insomniatic TV channel surfers out there tonight, welcome back to the Tuesday Night Special, aka the 6-year night special, where Maestro believes that this show is going to break the record for one of the longest shows we're going to have this entire year. Which I got a feeling it has a lot to follow up with, but yeah, I got a feeling I agree with you. But besides this show being one of the longest shows we're gonna do on a late night process, I think it's time for us to go into another edition of the As Seen on TV. And the show we have up on the plate to celebrate this 6-year anniversary of the Tuesday Night Special is none other than one of my favorite cartoons of all time, only known as Cow and Chicken. And the reason why this cartoon was a favorite of mine, not only because of all the craziness that would happen during it, but the theme song on that guitar was absolutely awesome for that said show. And the meat and potatoes of this said show, and I find it funny I'm mentioning meat and potatoes in a show that involved pork butts and taters that was launched out of a catapult, I'm serious when I say that folks, would involve 11-year-old Chicken trying to protect his sister Cow, who was only 7 years old at the time during this said show and weighed well over 400 pounds, and would see them in crazy adventures, all while trying to avoid the wrath of the red guy, who was actually the devil. And I do believe the first cartoon featured for this said show would see Chicken actually going to hell for smoking cigarettes. And since that episode aired only once or twice, I do believe they actually banned that episode from TV. Yeah, that was one of the banned episodes that was never seen on Cartoon Network after 2 appearances on the television show. Which always used to bug me, because I actually liked that episode and the fact that Chicken was able to save Cow dressed up as Super Cow, which is her alter ego, almost like El Kabong with Quick Draw McGraw, with the exception that Cow would have powers to fly and actually beat the living daylights out of the red guy every single time he tried to pull a scheme on Chicken. So at this point, you gotta wonder who during that show was really protecting who. In my opinion, I do believe it was Cow protecting Chicken more often than the other way around. And this show, since we know we're gonna go into a lot of things that we loved about it, folks, was a debut show on July 15th of 1997 and would last all the way until July 24th of 1999. But after the show would get canceled, unfortunately, it would be in syndication only for about, 2 or 3 more years until the early 2000s, and after Cartoon Friday would go off the air, we would no longer see the show on TV, not even on Boomerang, which is really sad. But according to the Maestro, I can get the DVDs, but at the same time, it's better to see it on TV. But besides all of that, folks, the thing that I loved besides the theme song for this show is the fact that this show featured a lot of great voice actors during this set programming, including Charlie Adler, for those who don't know, who played Buster Bunny during the cartoon of Tiny Toon Adventures, and would play the role of Ed and Bev Bighead during Rocko's Modern Life, and would even play Ickis during the show Real Monsters. That was the person who played Cow and Chicken along with the red guy during the show. Man, that guy's talented. And the talent pool wouldn't stop there, folks, because the people who played Mom and Dad during this show, which would be Candy Milo, who would be the girl who also played during said shows such as Tiny Toon Adventures, SWAT Cat, The Radical Squadron, Dexter's Laboratory, and the list goes on, folks, and it's about a good 12 cartoons that she's been a part of, and D. Bradley Baker, who actually played the role of not only Avatar: The Last Airbender, a role in American Dad, and even during Codename Kids Next Door, and even Gravity Falls, to name a few shows. And then you would also have the person who played the role of, well, probably one of the most greatest cartoons of all time in a lot of people's opinions, of The Simpsons, the man who played the voice of Homer Simpson, who was featured as Earl, as well as Howard Morris, who was featured as Flem during this said show. And special guests that were included in this show, if you think this show couldn't get any greater, would be not only Will Ferrell, Tom Kenny, Jill Talley, Dom DeLuise, I don't know how in the world they get him to be involved in the show, Michael Goh, and especially somebody who I didn't realize was a part of this show, Mark Hamill. Yes, that's right, folks, Cool Hand Luke was involved in this show as well. And one of my favorite episodes for this said show, besides the episode where Cow, or should I say Chicken, ran away from jail to meet up with his cousin Boneless to try to live life as a single guy, but would also be the other episode featuring where Chicken would go to jail and then would chant for pork butts and taters, only to get hit in the back of the head with a nightstick. Oh, and another episode, probably the episode where Cow had her dream catcher to try to protect her dreams, only for Flem and Earl and Chicken to break it, and for all of her dreams and nightmares to come out, for a haunted milkman to come out of it and try to make Flem milk, Earl milk, and even chicken milk. Oh man, that show just brings back a lot of great memories, and I can't believe it's been well over 20 years since this show has been off the air. As a matter of fact, according to the Maestro, about 23 years. So this show is almost 25 years old. And make things even better, there was also a spin-off series for this show entitled I Am Weasel, which had its own brand of comedy attached to it as well, that always featured IR Baboon getting, played out by Weasel every single time, with the exception of that one episode where Weasel would switch skins with Baboon, and I do believe it would end with Baboon getting hit with a truck and still not getting any form of success in his life, which sucks. Always hoped for better for that guy. And seeing the fact that we don't know how to review shows along the lines of TV Guide or any of those other famous TV show reviewers that you know of out there, we say this. If you want to watch a show with a whole bunch of onomatopoeias trying to avoid getting, schemed by the devil of swords who didn't wear any pants and was even a rear admiral at one point in his life, with a spin-off show that featured a baboon and a weasel all trying to coexist in one big giant oversized universe, with a teacher that has a tendency to tell people to shut their pie holes, and parents whose top halves were never seen on screen but would always shoot pork butts and taters on demand no matter what time of the day it was because they were insane, then I recommend you go out there, pick up your TV channel remotes, and watch that show. And trust me, folks, when you do, you'll absolutely love it. Just like I do. And I guess with that said, folks, we might as well head back to that music, and when we return, we'll be back with more of this Streetlight Delight as the 6-year night special rolls on right after this. So don't go watching those infomercials just yet, folks, and stay tuned.